How does one appoint themselves as a king? In this week's Parshat Shoftim, it says, Som tasim alecha melech. The Jewish people are instructed to appoint for themselves a melech, a king. However, there are many commentaries who offer a fascinating insight, and they say that this directive is not only with regards to a communal responsibility, but a personal one. Som tasim alecha, in singular form, place upon yourself a king. In other words, each person has to be or has to appoint a king upon themselves to conduct themselves with morality, with ethics, and certainly with an interest for or towards a nation, towards a cause and an ideology. And so this is a personal directive that I am supposed to make myself into a melech, into a king. How does one do that? The Maharal says that there are three organs that really construct or that conduct our behavior in our lives. Those are the moach, the lev, and the kaved. Moach is the brain, our thinking. The lev is our heart, our emotions, and the kaved is our internals that conducts our desires. If you take those, moach, mem, lev, lamed, kaved, chof, it spells melech. The Roshei Tevot, it is an acronym for melech, king. When a person can channel their thoughts in the right way, when they can control their desires in the right way and use those physical manifestations in the world for an ideology, for a more important cause, and when they can channel their lev, their heart, and use their emotions in the right way for the betterment and for the fulfillment of other people, for the sake of helping other people, and ultimately certainly for serving a nation, then they are or they become a melech. They are people who are capable of being called kings for themselves, for they are able to certainly contract and eventually evolve into a kingdom, for they are serving with a purpose for themselves, for the people around them, and ultimately for the congregation and the greater of the nation. And so this is why when we speak about someone who is control of their thoughts, in Hebrew we say, hu nimlach b'da'ato. He is able to oversee. He is a king over his thoughts. That is a melech. That is a king. And sure enough, it is fascinating because the Ibn Ezra explains with regards to a Nazir, to a Nazirite, someone who decides to abstain from using anything in this physical world. The Nazir actually comes from the word Nazer. Nazer is a crown. Nazer is the ability to take those physical manifestations of this world and to crown them or to use them properly from the top of your head, to think about what you're doing, to control your destiny, and ultimately to be goal-oriented for the sake of the betterment of human civilization and those who are around you. And therefore I conclude with the following words: Som tasim alecha melech. Place upon yourself, b'lashon yachid, in the single vernacular, make yourself into a melech. Heye ata melech al atzmecha. Be a king that oversees your own directives, your own emotions, your own motives. That is what we need to be and to fulfill, to be a meaningful person, and ultimately to be meaningful to those around us as well, and hopefully have impact, not only on ourselves, but as a result of ourselves being a melech, on those in our nation and our great people, and all those who we can affect around us as well. To be a melech means that I feel that I can have that effect. It is so important for anyone, those who are suffering from a mental health or a challenge, but even for anyone to feel useful, and they have the capacity to be a king in themselves and to affect those around them as well. This is the Torah way, it is the Jewish way, and it always will remain the Gila Way. Shabbat Shalom.